Hello everyone and welcome to rawlesims. It's me, Rawls, and this is my very first house building video. Now, if you have listened or watched my other videos, you're probably thinking, what the fudge? All you ever talk about is how crappy a builder you are. This is true, but I've also talked about how I want to up my game, so to speak. So I figured what better sort of way or place or time to try and do that than by building a house for the Sim Supplies brand new Luna Island world. So that is what this is. You may have noticed that when the video started, the general shape of the house is already in place. That is because I started off just following James, or the Sim Supplies, very nice tutorial for cliff buildings, basically. And then I actually really liked the shape of what I came up with, and so I was like, maybe this won't just be like my test. Maybe I'll actually, fully build and furnish this. And so I did. So yeah, this is at about 10 times speed, because yeah, it took me forever. I'm apparently really slow at this. But yeah, so here you see me putting in lots and lots and lots of floor to ceiling windows so you can fully get in, all of the sunlight and the tropical atmosphere. Now I'm fooling around with the outside of the building, which I will have you know right now, it changes about 800,000 times before it finally ends up how it is in the end. This is nowhere near how it ends up, but I am very indecisive is another thing that I have discovered during the course of this build. Yes, this house is called Virago. It has 4 floors. 2 of them are below ground, set into the cliff, and then the other 2 are above ground. And that makes it sound like it's actually a really big house, but in the end, since it's such a small lot, it's something like 20 by 13 or something, it's not actually that big a house. So it ends up only having 1 bedroom. So I think of it as a bachelorette pad, putting in some fencing for the front stoop, that little outside decks and balconies and what have you. And I apologize for the camera spinning, because that is just a thing that I do. I apparently spin around constantly every time I do something to take a look and see how it looks. I tried to cut out a lot of that, but there's still a lot in here. So sorry. I hope it doesn't make you dizzy. Here I'm recoloring the windows again and flipping them around and things like that. Those windows are I really like those windows. They're from Into the Future, but they have like one side of them is sort of like slightly tinted, so it was really bugging me that when they weren't all facing the same direction, because you didn't get the tint. And the same is true of the doors, but there was nothing that I could do about it when I used that single door as a double door by displacing 2 of them facing opposite each other. But can't solve everything. And there I was, just messing with the foundation again. Now I am fiddling with the roof. And then I get distracted and I hate everything about the outside of this. I just get rid of all of it. I do this a lot. I will become frustrated or bored with something, and then I would just start doing something else entirely. Yeah, and here I am trying to get this. I do get this eventually. And yeah, this is about, I think that's about what I go with. Something similar. No, I actually end up doing something entirely different. My mistake. I switched it up so much that I can barely remember what I ended up doing, but yeah, I end up with some really nice, super closely placed bricks for the foundation and the that first floor balcony area. And I'm getting rid of the little details of overhangs and just putting in a little half wall for our roof. Yeah, and I start with a different color, but then I make it the same color. Yep. And then I start to say, maybe I should have windows in the front. But I end up hating them. I don't like them. I'm not feeling it. I like the sort of little hidden side effect, So I just left the front completely blank. Eventually, obviously, it gets landscaping in, and I think it looks really nice the way it ends up. And I do like the sort of little hidden doorway area. Here I am fixing up the door. Yep. And I think I'm putting in stairs. I was about to say I'm about to start furnishing, but no, I was actually just putting in stairs. Then I had to fiddle with some windows, and now, here we are. The stairs will actually be in. I love that little sort of banister guard thingy, but I think it was custom content for one, and it only fit on that very specific set of stairs for whatever reason. So I didn't use it. And here I am fiddling to get these stairs to go into this corner where I want them to be. Spoiler alert, they do not even stay there. I completely move those stairs again later, and they end up in an entirely different place. But, hey, I tried. And, yeah, okay, I think I am actually furnishing or doing the interior now. This bottom floor ends up being a, pool room. You can see me putting in the pool. That is not the pool that ends up staying there, because that pool glitches out somehow at some point when I am messing with this, there it is, you can see it there. Yeah, the pool has glitched out, 2 of the corners have disappeared while I was messing with the hot tub, and then I go back and I'm like, what happened to the pool? And it won't let me put them back, so I have to take up the entire pool, and it still won't let me put them back, so I take up all of the floor tiles. Then I want the pool to be bigger, so I pull the little balcony deck area out a space, pull that out of space, and then I put it back. And then I redo the pool slightly longer. And there we go. I'm about to move that door, make it a double door. Yep, there we go. And then the great pool coloration. I spent a long time coloring this pool. I go back and forth with different kinds of tiles. At certain points I do like just full color and not little tiles, and it kept looking really murky, and I didn't want the water to look murky because who wants to swim in a murky looking pool? So I end up doing tiles, I think, in the end, and the floor completely changes to something just very clean, big white tiles. Getting some lighting in, of course, so you can actually see what you're doing at night. I like those lights a lot. I use those same lights, that whole set of lights, basically, that has a wall light, there's a floor light, a table lamp, and a ceiling light that are all in that same, like, style, and I use those almost exclusively throughout the house. Alright, yeah, that right there, see, what I was trying to do was, my original idea was I was going to have a bathroom in the center right there, and then, like, big arches leading away into the sort of kitchen and dining area, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I just put a little sort of a long bathroom area right over there in that corner instead, that sort of halfway breaks up the room. And of course, here I am moving those stairs again. This is where the stairs stay this time. And I put a little bit of fencing there for that little overhang. Then I go and chuck a bathroom area into the upstairs. I jump around a lot. I do not tend to stay with one thing for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm easily distracted, I guess. So, yeah. Then I'm back outside because I still did not like the outside. So then I, jump back outside to start messing with that again. I think I do actually complete the look of the outside at this point. And you can see those little squares there. They are my palette that I picked out. Very bright colors. Because I just feel like it should be a bright sort of place. It's, it's right in front of the beach. And it's, tropical island. So it should be bright and pretty. So those are my colors. That's my palette. Later on, when I'm actually in the house, I start to, I guess, feel a little bit hemmed in by the palette because I find myself just putting giant blocks of color everywhere, and I don't really like that, so I sort of loosen up on it a little bit. Just a little, though. It's still, the base of everything. And there is my, what do you call it? I have finally, at this point, chosen the appropriate, what do you call it? The foundation, the foundation texture. And put that on the decks and whatnot. And here I'm finishing up the pool room. Doing nice big white tiles and again recoloring the pool itself. And that is still not the last version of the pool coloring, I don't think. I think I put tiles in eventually. Fiddling with the hot tub. I just could not get the hot tub to look the way I wanted it to look for whatever reason. I just did not like it. And I just kept messing with it until I finally gave up. Here we go. Some nice little lounge chairs and little nice complimentary colors to be down here. People can relax. Yeah, nice little table. I stick a radio under that table because it just, seemed like a good place for it. And there's that matching lamp. And there's the radio. And yeah, that room's about done. Put a little sign, little pool ladder. They didn't have room basically for anything else. Yes, when I put the lights in, then I think that the green makes it look just really swamp-like, which I didn't like. So I put some tiles in so that it doesn't look like look weird or bad. Here I am. I'm considering putting in a bar, but obviously, well, not obviously, you don't know what it looks like at the end, so I don't end up putting a bar in there, but I do go to work on the deck eventually. Right here, I decided I wanted to make the deck and that upper balcony cement, so I do that, and then I start to work on the deck. Just put a little barbecue and seating area out here. This house is very, very much geared for entertaining people. Even though it only has enough room for 2 people to live here, it is very much geared for entertaining lots of people. Because, it has 4 floors, and except for the top floor, which is the bedroom, every other floor is specifically for entertaining people. So, they're really big parties, good parties in this house. Not a family home, but good parties. It's hard talking through this. I have to shout out to all my house building and speed build people that I like to watch all the time because, talking through this whole thing is oddly tiring. Guess because I'm just sitting here, I'm not actually doing anything, as opposed to when I'm talking during an LP where I'm actually doing stuff. But anyway. Getting some stools. I end up making those stools, the cushions anyway. I end up making them white. They have a pattern for a little while, but I'm like, no, I hate that. And a couple of minutes earlier, I did put in the barbecue set that I love. I'm obsessed with that barbecue set. Anytime I remodel something or refurnish something, I put that barbecue set in. I just love it a lot. It's from, I think, Outdoor Living Stuff, and it's my favorite. My favorite thing. Getting some lighting. Oh yeah, I use those lights, those sort of little string lights from what is it, the Bohemian sort of, I guess, garden thing or something. Then I go decide and see they're not actually on the wall, and they end up getting dimmed out and not really getting off much light because I think they're actually inside of the windows, but I still like the way it looked, so I left them there, and I wasn't really that worried about how much light they were giving off since I had other lighting. And here are some potted plants. Consider putting one outside, then don't. Though I've reconsidered it now, and I kind of wish I had, but oh well. Just get some nice bright colors on there for accenting the plants. A little bit of red here and there. Yep, change that chair red too, and then I just kind of fly around for a while trying to decide what to do because I was trying to avoid dealing with the master bedroom on the top floor because I had no idea what to do up there. And here is the kitchen that I am doing now. Probably quite obviously. And here I am trying to put in this little bar stool area, this little sort of counter. And I mess with it, and I end up not liking that for whatever reason. I just didn't like it. So I sort of do that, and then I fool around with the half wall, and then eventually I'm like, no, this should just be a full wall. Why isn't this a full wall? And then I put a full wall there. And that's how it ends up staying. And of course, then we're putting in the big appliances, some nice cabinets up top, stove, always remember the fire alarm. And here's why I spent an eternity looking for the specific thing that I wanted to hang over this stove. And I knew it existed, but it took me forever to find it. For freaking ever. And I was just looking and looking and looking and looking and looking. And I come across something similar, but it's not the one I wanted because it's too big. Yeah, see that? And I just didn't like it. It was too big. And then I finally found the thing I wanted. Yes. And then we put in the small appliances. And I end up moving, I believe that dishwasher because it like glitches out. And then I had to like take it out and put it back again. A couple of sinks over there. Could never have too many sinks. You know. And I use the Axel dining set that you will see in the dining area. And just for the general, you know, all the dining chairs and bar stools, except for the ones out in the patio, are from that dining set. And then I do walls for my palettes because I was tired of having to kind of steal the floor color and whatnot, so. And there I put a little accent of green in the kitchen. Though I think that probably changes eventually. I know that these very bright orange counters do not stay. I go through the trouble of coloring all of these counters and cabinets with this bright orange sort of thing. And I leave it that way for a while, but then eventually I change it. Because I just don't want it. There is the dishwasher glitching out. Spin, 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 spin. Then I put a new one in. Mess with that. Yeah. And then I just changed them back again because I like them better metal. Oh, goodness. This is a lot of fiddling to try to get that stove to match the colors of the counter. But I end up not liking it. So I get into a really entirely different stove. Then, yeah. Was not really fond of the placeholder floor. It was really boring. Eventually, I pick a really nice sort of cross-hatched wood look that I think looks upscale, but not like so fancy that, you know, it's off-putting. Especially for some people who are like chillaxing, living on in this little sort of very sunny, bright beach house type place. Huge TV. Huge, massive TV. This nice little sofa set. I love this sofa set. I think it's from the store. It's either from the store or Stuff Pack. Actually, don't take my word for it. It might be in the base game. I actually have no idea. I just know I like it and I use it a lot. Grab that table from downstairs. Get a little matching coffee table. Ah, yes. And then here comes the saga of the rugs. I mess with those rugs so freaking much. Trying to get them away where I actually like them. And it takes me forever. And I just hate everything that I do. And I'm like, ugh, they're just big, ugly blocks of color. And I don't like it. And I mess with them for a good long time. And before I become so frustrated that I just run away and do something else. And then I think I actually end up only putting them in their final state, like completely off camera, because I just hate them so much and I get so tired of them that I just stopped recording. That is not their final state, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and here's the point where I'm just like, ugh, I'm tired of looking at them. Let's get some lamps. And I switched these out for the lamps that kind of sort of match that the same wall and ceiling lights I've been using. Then I decided to sort of define the dining area more. I use this little sideboard from the Axel dining sets. And I'm going to do like some accented flooring over there under the dining table. But first I want to fill this giant empty space and I just stick in a pool table because why not? What else do you do with giant empty spaces? Stick in a pool table. Yeah, and for a while I tried to make like the rug and the pool table like top match, but it looks terrible, and I'm like, oh god, no. And I think I'd get rid of the rug entirely and just leave the pool table. Oh my goodness, excuse me. And yeah, that pool table is fully usable. Everything in this house is fully usable, I think, with a singular exception that I'll get to in the upstairs bedroom, where I'm now putting in a door. And then I go to mess with the paint texture for some reason, because I just wanted to have a little bit of texture instead of just being blocked out color. Oh, there's the final rugs. Yes, I absolutely did those out for camera and came back later. These paintings change. I've already changed one, but the ones on the left, they still do not actually stay that way. I can switch them up for a completely different painting. Oh, and the counters are blue now. So I did change that also, probably off camera. And yes, here's me doing the little sort of accident floor area for the dining table. And then I finally change the main flooring to the wood cross hatching. Excuse me. Messing with the sideboard. Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff. I do not end up keeping these plants. I switch them out for different plants, like immediately. And then I leave the different plants there, but then I end up switching those in the end as well. So, yeah, indecisive. That is my hallmark. So, and then we go. Stick a plant on the middle of the table, and that is not the plant that stays there, because again, indecisive. That's what I specialize in my furnishing. Indecisiveness. I really like that chandelier, though. It was a really nice chandelier, I think, I put over the bedroom. Did I say bedroom? Oh my god, the dining room table. Yes, that is what it's called. A dining room table. Some nice pictures that also came with that same actual dining set from the Sim Supply. Yes, here's this bathroom. This was originally intended to just be a guest bathroom, so it was pretty much only supposed to have like a sink and a toilet in it, but it was such a big space that I ended up just putting everything in it. So it ends up having a toilet, a urinal, a bathtub, and a shower, and a double sink. So yeah, it's pretty nice bathroom. I put that plant, for some reason, every time I furnish anything, I put that same plant, and then the pictures that I put over that plant, I always put them in bathrooms. I don't know why. For some reason, they just say, like, bathroom to me. I have no idea why. But, yeah. I think it's weird that they actually have a guest bathroom with all of this stuff in it, when there is no guest bedroom in this house. So why somebody would be in their house and actually using this downstairs shower and bathtub and all this business, I have no idea, but there you go. I guess it could be for after they go into the pool. I guess that makes sense. I mean, it's pretty far away from the pool, but not a big house. Again, despite having 4 floors, this is a tiny lot, so yep. And I dulled down those tiles. They're a little too intense for me. So I make them very light and do the same to the counters. And then I brighten up the sort of wacky patterned bath mats. And, yeah, doing some detailing on the little sideboard by the door. I spend a lot of time looking through all of these little decorative items because I have a ton of custom content decorative items that just like come in sets of like custom content, like furniture that I download, and I never use any of these things. And so I was just sitting here scrolling through a bunch of stuff trying to figure out if it was actually EA decorative items, and so I end up using that tissue box like 800,000 times. I did use that lovely screen that I put there in front of the stairs, which I really liked. Oh, here I am. Now I'm on this is the second floor, or the first basement? I don't know. Anyway, it's the floor below the main floor. this becomes a purely sort of entertaining area with this one little corner that has a computer. But, you know, they end up having another computer in the bedroom, so I feel like this is probably just a computer for people who are visiting to use if they need to do something on the computer. Yeah, this looks absolutely nothing like it ends up looking at all. I changed literally everything about that entire corner. There, I've already changed the wallpaper, and then I get tired of looking at that corner, and so I keep, like, hopping back to it, but then just going to do other stuff, because it was annoying me. So, yeah, I go over here, and I'm like, let's put in some bookcases. Yes, everybody loves bookcases. I certainly love bookcases. The main thing in my bedroom is bookcases. I believe I have 6 bookcases in my bedroom. It's alarming, frankly. I love that little sectional sofa. Then I realized, wait, this is a custom content sectional. Let's use an EA sectional instead. And then I go through all of these different sectionals trying to find one. And then I just end up using the good old Into the Future sectional that is just very plain and easy. And I do use sort of nice, wacky patterned chairs. I thought they looked nice. I think those might come from like 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff. Maybe? I don't know. I hope they're not custom content. Who knows? Well, if they are, they will be replaced. So, these rugs. More rugs for me to, like, fiddle with. Yeah. I redesigned these particular rugs 800,000 times too. I'm pretty sure those chairs are from a stuff pack or the store or something. Probably. Yeah, chucked a pile of books right there. The completely non-matching rugs are still sitting there, not matching at all. But I decided to mess with paintings instead of fixing those. Layer some paintings, pile them up. I thought they ended up looking really nice. I really like the painting I end up using over the sectional, which I think matches it perfectly and just looks really nice in the room. And then I'm like, what do I do with the rest of the space? Let's put in a bar! And a radio, because, you know, people can come down here and party, basically, is what I end up doing there. And I was looking for something to put on the wall behind the bar, but then I was like, hey, I can just put this little bar thing with all these bottles and junk. Good old CD stand thing, and that weird thing, I don't even know what that was. I was just curious what it looked like. And another painting, thankfully, with different actual paintings in the thing. I have no idea why they have so many paintings in this game that do not have different paintings if you change the style. It just seems like the obvious thing to do, but apparently not. More Axel dining stuff. Just use the little bar chairs. I think I turned those red. Yep. Bright red. Thought it looked nice. Then I go to mess with this again, and I decide to put in a bookshelf. So I pull out that wall a little bit, you know. And then I tried to do a shelf thing here where I wanted to sort of extend into the desk, but after I end up putting the shelf there, I can't find a desk that I think looks like it could actually be fiddled with to look like it's attaching to it. So instead, I just made a little corner piece and then just put in a desk beside it. Not that desk. That desk does not stay there. It's an entirely different desk. Not that one. Yeah, there we go. That's the one I used. So I put that in, make it the same color. And then I eventually, pretty soon, I'm going to put a painting on the wall too. Then I will call this area finished. And I switched those two because I'm going to change that. And then I'm going to put that red and black one on the wall over here. And it's going to match the rug. And I'm going to be like, yes. There we go. Then I'm just doing a little bit of detailing of this little side table with a plant in the bottom of it. I thought that looked nice. I actually changed the plant to a different plant that I think looks like it actually just came inside of that table already because it fits so perfectly. But yeah. Then I started putting in those little digital picture frames everywhere because I was just like, okay, I'm out of objects that I feel like I should put anywhere. Who knows? Just have a picture frame. There's the plant. I just think it looks so nice with the cute little sort of boxy plant. It looks like it fits perfectly under there. So I do it again. I put 2 of them in there. because, you know, why not? I like the look of it. And back to these rugs once more, where I'm just like, what do I do? And so I try to put a painting over the bookshelf instead of dealing with my actual problems. Avoidance. Story of my life. Story of my life. And then, let's see. Yeah, I do not actually change those rugs on camera. I changed them so there are a lot of little cute concentric circles, and they look really nice, but apparently I did not record that part because it's probably something I did much later. And so, yeah, we're finally on the master bedroom, which is this entire floor, and I was just, like, completely just verklempt about what in the world to put in this room. But I do like how it turned out. It turns out looking almost like an apartment. Like, basically this entire floor just ends up looking like a big apartment, and then you just have the rest of the house that's like public areas. I think it turns out nice. Put a couple of red accent walls. And then I kept wanting to put carpet in, but the carpet didn't look right to me on the whole floor, so I only ended up putting on that little sort of raised area where I keep the bed, which is about to grow because I decided to close off the stairs so that people don't just wander up into their bedroom when they're over the house. And so I pull that out, and so it sort of makes a little division in the room, kind of to give it a little bit more form, I guess. I don't know, so it's not just a big sprawling open space that doesn't have anything in it. And then I switch around couches for a while until I finally decide, oh hey, maybe I should use the couch that actually matches the bed. That would make sense. So I do. Yeah. And yeah, that table actually matches that table I just moved, actually matches the little side table that I use downstairs, which I think is interesting. And these are like the only different lamps that I ever use. I use these lamps, and then I use matching ones for the bedside tables. But everywhere else in the house for lights, I 100% use that same sort of modern-y, square-looking, really bright light set. And this little corner is almost done. And I started looking for paintings to put in places, and then I settled on that one, and I tried to put something beneath it, but everything looks terrible beneath it, so I'm just like, God, whatever. And instead, I find a little side end table type thing to put under there. I really like that shape of end table, but it's always disappointing to me that the game only has 2 of those, and they're both the same sort of like super fancy classical style, and I would love some like modern looking ones, maybe some rustic looking ones, just more end tables that are sort of long and narrow like that, because they're really good for certain spaces that need to be filled. And here's the master bedroom with his bathroom, which is actually way smaller than the downstairs bathroom and has less stuff in it, but hey, these things happen. It does have that giant, really nice corner tub though, so there's that. Has 2 sinks and 2 mirrors, because I guess you assume a couple lives here. Maybe not. I don't know. Or at least somebody who entertains a lot, perhaps. Who knows? Yep. And this whole bathroom is just a exercise in me finding decorative items to put places. The tissue box. Good old tissue box. And then I'm just looking through forever. And at this point, I think I was trying to find a little thing of like perfume bottles that I wanted to put on there. And could not find it for the life of me. So as I'm going through, I'm just like chucking towels on the walls. Towels. There's a billion towels in this bathroom, and then like 1 plant. And I put another mirror too. I had no idea what that giant rose thing was. And I still don't. But it was huge and weird. Yeah, I still have not found. Yeah, okay, at some point in there I did find the little bottles of perfume that I wanted. Put a nice little full-length mirror. Yes, there are 2 mirrors on the wall, but hey, who knows? Maybe somebody might need a full-length mirror. And then I had no idea what to do with the rest of the space. I was like, oh, a vanity. I'll put a vanity over here near the bathroom so I can come right out and, do their vanity things. And that is the thing that in this house that is not usable. This chair in front of the vanity, you cannot sit in the chair, you cannot sit there and use the mirror. That is not how vanities in this game work, for whatever reason. They don't have a slot to put the chair there, so you just sit a chair in front of it, because that's how it should look. But then you can't actually use it. But there were 3 other mirrors in this room, so I figured it wasn't a big deal. I do like that set, the vanity and those cabinets. They're all from the same set. I can't remember the name of the set, but it's a store set that had like a bunch of like sort of woodland theme things. It had like leaves and branches on them. It's the same set, the divider, that I used downstairs to sort of put in front of the little partition in front of the stairs. I really like that set. It had a lot of nice stuff in it. And then I go out here on the deck to avoid trying to figure out what to do with this giant space in the middle of the room. And for a second, I'm like, I'm going to put in a massage table. And they have a massage room. And then I like build a wall around it. After I look around for a bit. And then I'm like, no, this is stupid. Let's not do that. And so I take that down. And then I go, a full spa! That's what they'll have! A full spa in their bedroom! So I build a wall around that. And then I'm like, no, that is also stupid. Let's not do that either. And I get rid of it. And then I just give up, and I'm basically like, yeah, bookshelves. All else fails. Bookshelves. Toss in some bookshelves and a giant TV and sofa and some game consoles and call it a day. And I feel like this is what makes this room look like it's an apartment, because basically it has everything but a kitchen. It has a sleeping area, it has a living area, it has a bathroom, it even has a little bit of skill stuff out on the balcony, and of course it has books and everything. So yeah, it's basically an apartment on the top floor of this house. The only thing it doesn't have is anywhere to cook, but of course you can just go downstairs and do that. Yeah, for a while, I switch out the TV for a small one, and I'm trying to do like a shelf thing here, but I end up being like, no, wait, if I do these shelves, I'll have to think of lots of little decorative items to put on the shelves. Screw that. Big TV again. And so then I chuck in a radio and a phone that no one will ever use, and the game console. And for a second, I'm like, yes, massage table behind the couch. And I'm like, no, that is weird. Let's put it over here in this corner. And a desk. A desk can go behind the couch. Because who doesn't need a desk? So yeah, and they end up with a nice little desk there. Matching sort of reddish wood. Nice little laptop. And then I do more rugs. Rugs. My nemesis. And then I decide, hey, this corner is empty. Let's put in a completely non-functional closet. Which ends up looking very nice, I think. After I go on the eternal search for the little racks of clothing that I'm looking for, I do find that little shoe rack and stick that there, because it looks nice, I thought. But yes, searching forever, and then I finally find the racks of clothing to stick in there. Put in some shelves. And then I'm looking for the little folded pile of clothing to put on the shelves. And I find that little pile of discs that I go put on the table, because I figure maybe it looks like, games to put in the little fake PS3 type system that's sitting there. Put some little bits and bobs up there, and then the piles of clothes. Do some lighting. Those are my favorite lights that I use everywhere in this house. I briefly consider having that be a little like glass part, but I didn't like it, so I ended up taking that out. And then I switched the rug, because I don't like the rug. I switched it again later, though. I switched it again from this one, too. All I ever do is switch these rugs around, basically. And I play with that for a while before I finally move it entirely and put a different rug there. Rugs. Yeah, and then I'm not really sure what I wanted to do with these plants. I just felt like there should be, I don't know, something there, and then I end up putting in like a little half wall, I thought it looked nice. And aha, there we go. The final rug. Yeah, there we go. Then I want to put a little something over this little massage area. So yeah, this is definitely somebody who entertains a lot. And I put that little, what do you call it? That picture with the digital picture frame thingy. Then I go around looking for places to put lights. Lights. Light up the little balcony area. Check and make sure everything else is lit. And it is. So then it's time to do landscaping. Something else that I am not that good at. And I find this brick that I really like, that one you just saw, but then when I try to go back to it, it keeps doing the rock pattern instead, no matter what I do. So I eventually give up and I do this sort of little mossy thing right there, which I end up really liking. So, you know, there's that. And I just basically just cover the place in palm trees and little flower bushes of the same sort that are decorating the island itself. Just because obviously you don't want it to look like this has no place here. You know, it's in this island, so why wouldn't it have the same stuff in it? The same plants and vegetation. Why would different vegetation randomly grow on this one lot? I mean, I guess you could just plant different vegetation, but so yeah, just putting in palm trees, and I decide to put in a parking space. There is obviously no room on this lot for a garage with the size of house that I already built. So yeah, I decide to put in a little parking spot. And I keep messing with the terrain paints, but it's so close to the edge, I keep not liking how it looks on the edge. And then I eventually end up just putting in the floor tiles, the same sort of little bricked floor tiles that I use on the front porch and on the foundation. And I end up just making a little bricked area with the parking spot on it. But first, I put in a billion more bushes and palm trees and things like that. There we go. I'm about to... There it is. Nice little driveway. And then I go to move the trees a bit so they're not poking through the walls, because I really hate that. It really bugs me when you have a build and then, like, vegetation is poking through the walls from outside. And then I put in the little... I put in that... into the future sort of astroturf type thing, but ultimately I don't think it was even necessary, because I think now these sort of big flower patches, those are from the latest store set, which was like that Bohemian like garden store set, and I basically fill this whole little area with those and make it sort of like a big giant planter box, because you'll know there is no entrance to that balcony from within the house. So I just made it into a big giant planter box, basically. Put a couple of palms in there and, you know, lots of flowers. And I think I'm about done. Only thing I have left, I think I put in a car. Oh, and I moved the mailbox. I decided I don't want the mailbox, so I move it up and then it becomes a single door. So I move that, and I move the trash can from out of the wilderness. And I move it to the end of the garage. The end of the driveway. Right in place for you to, like, knock it over with your car, but luckily Sims can't knock over trash cans with their car, so they don't have to worry about that. And, yeah. Just still putting in plants. Just a billion plants that I put in here. Trees, plants, there we go. There I'm putting in a car. Do a nice bright red La Matea. And here we go, screen caps, yay! So this is the front of the house, looking at the nice little sort of secreted side entrance. I just really like that. I don't know why I like it so much. I do. It's weird. I just like it. And here's the side of the house, the left side. See the giant planter box, nice car, little balcony up there. Here's a floor plan. That's the master bedroom. Yep. Nice little sleep area. Again, that just like straight up looks like an apartment. This is this main living area, which is huge. Very good for entertaining people. Down here to this sort of recreation area, bookshelves, nice big sectional bar. Then here's the swimming pool and hot tub, lounge chairs, and of course the little deck with the barbecue and whatnot. Here's the back of the house, which 3 levels with floor to ceiling windows all across the entire length of the rooms. A little closer in, I really should have probably put a plant on that deck out there, but too late now. You can put one out there if you want to. Here's a shot of the sort of bed sleeping-y area of the master bedroom, the only bedroom. And here's the sort of little living area that's up there. Nice big bookshelves, huge TV, just like the one downstairs. Comfy sofa, little desk. Here's a shot out looking out into the balcony of the bedroom. You see I put some more detail stuff out there with the easel. Here is the master bathroom with its giant tub and all that business. Here is the downstairs, how it looks when you first come in, with nice plants and nice view and the table. Then the pool table and the big TV down here. Nice stairs and a little partition. Here's a view out into the big planter box balcony thing. And here's the kitchen. I really like the kitchen. I think it's really pretty. Very sea-esque with its blue and green colors. Here is the guest bath, which is huge and has everything in the world in it. Nice, bright, crazy pattern rugs. And here's this huge area looking from the balcony, because there is a balcony in this area, sort of a cutout. Yeah, and then you can see down into the pool area and out to the balcony outside. And of course, beautiful view of the beach. There's another shot of this area from over the dance floor, looking at the bar and all of that good stuff. Here you can see what I finally did with these rugs that I quite like. This little reading corner, I guess, in nice bright colors and patterns. A closer shot of the pool area, the actual pool and hot tub area. The deck that looks very empty to me. I really should put something there. Too late now though. Too late now. And this is looking down from the balcony in the upstairs area, and that's it. Thank you for watching this. I really appreciate that you have taken the time to watch this build, which is actually pretty long. And I know I still have a lot to learn, but I found this really fun to do, so I will probably be doing more as soon as I have an inspiration to do something else. There is a link in the video description where you can download this house. Unfortunately, it is a MediaFire link because my game refused to let me upload to the exchange for some reason. I used to be able to, can't anymore. I will be trying to solve that so that eventually I can get this house onto the exchange, along with because also it needs to be on the exchange to be able to get it onto the Aluna Island site, which I would really like for it to end up there. But for the record, it goes on lot 55 in Aluna Island, which is called Aluna Heights. 3 Aluna Heights is where this lot is meant to be placed. So yeah, I appreciate any thoughts you might have on this. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye.